Well, yeah, thousands of undocumented students are thinking, what's next? The much talked about DREAM Act that they've been rallying around get passed gets shot down in the Senate. So today a group here in Chicago rallied yet again at Grant Park to get politicians to keep on fighting.
Up with education, down with deportation. Up with education, down with deportation.
The DREAM Act was added on as an amendment to the Defense Authorization Bill, which didn't get the 60 votes it needed yesterday to pass the Senate. The bill basically helps undocumented youth. It does several things. It gives them a pathway to citizenship if they were brought here under the age of 16, if they've lived here in the U.S. for 5 years, don't have a criminal record, and choose to go on to college or the military, they would have that path to citizenship. Now, the piece of legislation was drafted by Senator Durbin. On the House side, Congressman Gutierrez has been its biggest advocate. He stopped by the WGN studios today and said he plans to keep fighting. Now, obviously, nothing will happen before the November elections, but there are already talks to reintroduce it. That's welcome news for the thousands of students who have been keeping their eye on the bill since 2001 when it was first introduced.
Yesterday, the futures of my friends and thousands of others were voted on by elected officials. So I will not speak to you about DREAM as though it were merely just a piece of legislation. The DREAM Act is a symbol of hope for 65,000 undocumented youth who graduate from high school each year.
I think the president is now engaged. He got engaged in this fight. I think he's kind of been on the sidelines, but now he's truly engaged, and I look forward. I sat down at the Oval Office, a couple of weeks ago. We look forward to going back next week, sitting down, and figuring out what steps we can take.
And critics of the DREAM Act say several things. One, that it adds to already tough competition for students trying to get into college and battling for financial aid. And two, that it opens a door to an amnesty program for undocumented immigrants. Now, the entire Gutierrez interview on the DREAM Act will air Saturday morning at 6:30 on Adelante Chicago. You can also catch it Sunday night at 9:30 on CLTV.
All right, thanks, Lourdes.